Hello, learners. We will start our session in couple of minutes. Kindly wait. So, good evening, everyone. Let's begin with a powerful thought that embodies today's session and the incredible strength of women, expressed beautifully in a Sanskrit quote. Nari Shakti Kevalam Swayam Na Unyati Apitu Sampurnam Vishwam, which means a woman's power does not uplift just herself but the entire world. I, Soumya Bhardwaj, extend a heartfelt welcome to our esteemed guests, learners, and all distinguished attendees on behalf of the Center of Distance and Online Education, Vivekananda Global University. It is truly a pleasure to welcome you all to this inspiring session as we come together to celebrate the power, resilience, and the achievements of women on the occasion of International Women's Day during our Abhyuday Week 2. As today's session suggests, leading the charge, women, AI, and the future of energy highlights the incredible role of women in shaping technology, sustainability, and innovation in energy sector. As we step into Abhyuday Week 2, a time of learning, growth, and empowerment, it is only fitting that we draw inspiration from the trailblazers, the changemakers, and the fearless women who are redefining boundaries and shaping the future. And who better to inspire us than a visionary who is electrifying the world, Dr. Rashi Gupta, fondly known as the Battery Valley of India. Dr. Gupta embarked on a transformative journey with a revolutionary vision to reshape the energy technology landscape, particularly in the realm of energy storage application. A pioneering force in the domain of advanced cell chemistry within the lithium storage battery sector. She has emerged as an indomitable presence. Her voyage towards innovation led her to the conceptualize and produce the world's smartest lithium battery right here in India, a feat that earned her the endearing moniker Battery Valley of India. As the visionary founder and managing director of Vision Mechatronics Private Limited, she remains steadfast in her commitment to steer the vanguard of renewable energy, robotics, and energy storage technology in a male dominated industry. She has not only pioneered technological advancements but has also edged her name prominently within India's renewable energy sector, Recognized as Asia's most influential women in renewable energy 2020 and bestowed with the Corporate Guru World Award 2021. For her outstanding contributions to SDJ 5 and SDJ 7, she is an unwavering advocate of gender equality and women empowerment on a global scale. Her resolute dedication to sustainable development with a focal point on SDGs 5, 7, and 13 has earned her accolades such as the Global Women Leadership 2021 and her inclusion among the inaugural first 50 women in STEM by CII 2021. Her journey is a testament to the fact that when women lead, industries transform, societies evolve, and the world moves towards a more sustainable and inclusive future. We are truly privileged to have her with us today to share her insights, experiences, and vision. So, dear learners, let's celebrate today's spirit of International Women's Day by learning from one of the finest leaders in the field, Dr. Rashi Gupta. Ma'am, please introduce.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Vivekananda University, to having me here, hosting me today. And I see a lot of participants here, and it's a fantastic evening today that I'm going to spend with all of you. So thank you so much for hosting me, Soumya ji, Falguni. Thank you so much, everyone. And my special thanks to each and every participant who has joined today on this occasion of the Women's Day. And it's not just celebrating womanhood, it is celebrating mankind. It is celebrating the feminine energy that each one of us has. It is celebrating ourselves today. So thank you so much for everyone that has joined today. Over to you. You're on mute.
Thank you, ma'am, for your insightful words and inspiring journey. As we continue celebrating International Women's Day and Abhyuday Week 2, we now move into an interactive and insightful conversation with Dr. Gupta. Having already heard about her incredible journey and contributions to the renewable energy sector, this session is an opportunity for our learners to dive deeper, exploring her experiences, challenges, and vision firsthand. Dr. Gupta, we are very honored to have you with us and we look forward to hearing your insights. Let's begin with a few questions to better understand your path, the hurdles you have overcome, and impact you continue to make. So, ma'am, my first question is, every great journey has a starting point. So, could you take us back to the beginning? Where did your journey in renewable energy and sustainability start? And what inspired you to take this path?
Thank you. A wonderful question. I think I'll still step a little behind to my entrepreneurial journey. It so happened that when I was around 16, roughly about 15 and a half, 16, at that time my father had expired. Oh, sorry about that. Just a moment. Yeah. So at that time, my father expired, and I had the responsibility of everything, to take care of the family, to earn, and as well as to continue with my studies at that point of time. So it so happened that during that time, I decided to take up, along with my studies, I decided to take up multiple jobs around that. And during that time, it so happened that, just one second. Yeah. So during that time, it was very difficult journey for me, and I decided to take up part-time jobs and stuff to continue with my studies and earnings at that time. So one fine day, it so happened that I was working for a software major, and during that time, there was one software module that had to be released the very next afternoon, and it had not been completed. And they insisted that you complete this tonight and then go. And I'm like, I can come tomorrow morning and finish that, but it will be released on time. And they did not believe me. They locked me up in that huge, office space, and I don't know what to do next. But I did complete that night. I was alone. I did complete that work that night. But I decided one thing, that I will create a space which is happy, where people want to work and people want to be a part of this journey. People can enjoy working and people can be happy working. So, that was my idea of my entrepreneurial journey. I left everything that day, and that day I decided I will work for me and nobody else. And I will create a very happy space for everyone. And then my robotics journey began. And then after that, I don't know, and my journey was full of thorns. It was not easy. I was dedicated to it. And then I realized that it's time now. When I was doing my robotics, I realized that my platter was full for the next 3 years. I had so many jobs which was already there, and we were there for the next 3 years. So I decided, what next should I do? So I decided that it is time that I give back to the society, and that is when I entered into renewable energy space. Because energy is exciting, energy is powerful, and energy creates a base which really helps you helps you create a very authentic energy around you and give back to the society. And that is when I started in the renewable energy space with energy storage.
That's really insightful, ma'am. So, looking back at your journey, yeah, so looking back at your journey, is there any advice or thing you wish you could give your younger self or to the young learners who are present here?
Well, an advice to my younger self I would have given is being a little more patient, being a little more accepting to of your own self. We tend to be very self-critical. We tend to, just be aggressive, and it's overwhelming. It's really, really overwhelming to be an entrepreneur, to go through this entire journey. So I think if I could go back, probably I would have given myself an advice to be a little more patient, a little more accepting of your own self. But I guess I do not regret anything in my life till date. I do not regret whatever has happened throughout my journey. I welcome that. I appreciate that. And I respect that, because that is my formative years. Those were my formative years. Had I not gone through all of that today, I would not have been here with you. So I respect and appreciate all of it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So, as we move to the next question, as a woman in a male-dominated industry, you have not just made space for yourself, but also paved the way for others. So, what were the biggest gender-related challenges you faced, and how did you overcome them?
Oh, there were many gender related challenges. I had a lot of stuff happening around me, when it's like, when I came out and into this battery industry and stuff, you're like, अरे ये छोटी सी लड़की आई, ये क्या कर लेगी? That, that was the attitude and approach people had with me. अरे she's like, she's just out of college. इसको क्या आता है? What does she know? And she's talking of a tech which is not known in the country, which was something brand new, which nobody would believe. And they were like, अरे यार ये कहाँ से आ रही है? It was so difficult to make them understand. And then, so I was young. Second, I was a female. And then I was like, I was like just out of college kind of a person, so it was so difficult for them to accept me. And then this was a male dominated field, everybody was like, how do you give this girl some job? What if she spoils it? What if it doesn't happen? What if our money is at stake? So, I had to push to tell them that, look, boss, I'm a professional. I'm giving you a tech which you have not seen, which you do not know, but understand that I'm much better than anyone else here today. So you got to give me an opportunity. And then they were like, oh, what if you fail? I'm like, everyone fails. Haven't you ever failed in your life that you're asking me if I fail? And if I fail, I fail. but then I know I will not fail. I'm pretty sure of what I'm bringing on the table. So one thing that I realized was that, I have to be very, very thorough of what proposition I'm giving to the customer there, to the person in front of me. And I have to be very thorough with my knowledge. I cannot go wrong with my knowledge. That is very important. Most of the times people, when they don't know, वो shaky बगाड़ देते हैं. They will just say, they will just put a sixer and say, okay, this is how it is, but that's not right. Your facts and figures should be perfect. If you do not know, do not commit. That is one policy that I followed throughout, and it has worked very well for me. Because if I don't know something, I will not commit on it. And that gave me a lot of success. Because then they knew that this girl, she is going to speak the truth. She's not going to be deceptive. And she's not just getting sales. She's not just doing it to grab some orders or get some sales. She is authentically selling a technology. So I decided to be very authentic with what I'm doing without camouflaging, or without actually making false commitments or false impressions on anyone. So authenticity was something which kept me going, and authenticity also was a factor to take away the gender bias, because I was very true to my tech, and I was very sure of what I'm bringing onto the table. And then one thing also, I decided that, when people used to comment on me saying that, "Arey, this girl has come again and that she's not going to do something." So that time I used to tell them that, listen, one thing, that irrespective of my gender, compare the tech yourself and see what I'm bringing to the table. Seeing is believing it, right? So whether I'm a girl or a boy doesn't matter. When my teacher was teaching me in the classroom, she did not see, or he did not see, whether I was a girl or a boy in the classroom. For them, I was just a student. The professor, the teacher, they never distinguished between the gender. Then who am I to distinguish between a professional? No, I should not. And that is the reason how this I could overcome this gender bias, because when I started seeing myself through the professional lens, I was seeing myself as a technopreneur and not as a woman entrepreneur also. I just saw myself as a technopreneur and not as a woman entrepreneur. That made a significant difference.
Wonderful, ma'am. And this message of yours will be very good if our students, the learners, also follow in their day-to-day life of that knowledge part, that you should knowledge when it's true, and it should be correct to the fact and figures. Thank you so much, ma'am. So related to it, and I want to ask a question: is there any a book or movie or a life experience that had made you a profound impact on your mindset or leadership style, or any activity of yours, if you want to share with our learners?
Can you elaborate the question a bit?
Yes, ma'am. I was asking for our learners that is there any your favorite one book or a movie or a life experience that had a profound impact on your life journey or your mindset?
Well, a
For our
difficult
learners.
one, because I cannot recommend a book or a movie, but I think my mother did shape all of this a lot to me, actually, because as parents, they are very protective of their children, and especially if you are a girl, you're very much protected. But my mom did not do that. She just said, she just when I was swimming, I was learning how to swim. She pushed me in the swimming pool, and she's like, and I'm like, "Mom, you pushed me in the swimming pool. What do I do?" She's like, "Swim." She's like, "Swim." And I'm like, "Who pushes the child in the swimming pool?" Like, she said, "I do, because I know you can swim, you can do it." Second thing, when I was traveling, I mean, these are very small things, but they change the way your life goes on. When I was traveling to on an international trip for the first time, usually when children are going on the international trips, or even for the first time on the airport, your parents will go drop you, they'll pack your bags and everything and stuff. And mom said, "Can you not pack your bag yourself? Haven't I taught you that?" And then she's like, "Why should I drop you to the airport and waste one trip of mine?" I mean, because she'll come back to home, so that's a wastage of her time and trip. And she's like, "Why should I waste my time? Can you not go on your own? You can, right?" And I'm like, who's going to lift the bags? They're so heavy. He's like, there is a portal available, right? There are trolleys available. You earn money, pay for it, and do it yourself. And I was amazed. I mean, a parent saying that, and this made me very, very independent. This made me think differently. And this imbibed in my entire product design. Because when I was designing my products, I realized that it is so important that it should be a DIY kind of thing, that women, men, children, whoever are using these, teenagers, old people, senior citizens, whoever is using it should be able to solve and troubleshoot it or install it themselves. And this gave me such an impact. This was such, these two incidences in my life with my mother was so impactful that they changed the way I designed products. So I could not recommend a movie, but I mean, these are my life experiences which have changed the way things have been with me. And they've made me more independent, more resilient, and something where I can tackle any situation that comes my way. I'm not scared. So I would urge all the parents, teachers, whoever is listening to this, please make your colleagues, your friends, your children independent. That does not mean that you are not loving them or you don't care for them. You care and you love them, but making them independent is very important for your own or for your own resilience also, for your own peace of mind. So it's very, very important. This is what I have learned over a period of time.
So, ma'am, this depicts that as a strong woman builds strong girls, strong daughters. So, yeah, this was a very great example, and our students will, even boys also, will relate to this. So, yes, ma'am.
Boys are very important. All the
Yes.
boys and all the men on this meeting today, I'd say you are very, very important. Even though it's a Women's Day, but my dear friends, you are very important because you shape up the 50% of this community. And we are not here to take away anything from you, whether it's your position, whether it is your job, whether it is a money, or whether it is your parents or anything. We are here to be a part with you. We are here together in this life journey, in this human journey, in this journey on the planet to create something sustainable, something effective. And we need both the genders together. It is not that one women can do it alone or men can do it alone. No, we are in this together, because together we are stronger. Together we can create so many beautiful, sustainable, robust things for not just ourselves but even the next generations. So it's not that if it's a Women's Day you are excluded. No, you're more than included. And without being together we cannot make it. So you're there, a part of our journeys as well, and we are a part of your journeys as well.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, moving forward to the next question. Your accolades include Asia's most influential women in renewable energy and the top 40 global women leaders in energy storage, and several others. So, while awards are a testament to your work, which achievement or milestone is closest to your heart and why?
Each one of them is very, very important for me. Each one of them is very close to me. Each one of them has made me what I am today. But I think my appointment at United Nations was something which left me stunned. I wasn't expect. I had no clue that this could ever happen to me, and I was amazed when they contacted me that they want me in the council as a council member, and an young lady from an Indian passport holder there makes a big difference. And I never thought I could make it there. I mean, I never dreamt of it. I never thought of it. I never aspired of it also. And it came to me. And this, I think, was one of my biggest accolades that I have today. And like next is something which is due on 9th and 18th of March, which is that I'll be giving a keynote address on Berlin Energy Transition Dialogue, which is Europe's biggest energy conference, and giving a key, and as an Indian giving a keynote there, it is something which I don't think I'd ever dreamt of. So representing India and being and a woman and a Indian passport holder there makes a big difference. I never thought I could reach there. So yeah, that is something very, very precious to me.
That's truly remarkable, ma'am. So, following question is that who or what played the biggest role in inspiring you to step into this field?
In the field of renewable energy, you mean?
Yes, ma'am.
When I was doing robotics and my platter was full, we had order book full for next 3 years, and we really didn't know what to do because it went into the auto mode. People are there, the factories are working, things are working fine. I really didn't know what to do. At that time, I decided there has to be something more that I can do because my brain was literally rusting. I really didn't know what to do next. I was restless. Staying idle and not innovating and not doing something new is not me. So I couldn't accept that. And that is the time when I went into exchange program by the government of Germany. And there I had a collaboration. And this collaboration is written in the history of Germany that it happened in 2 hours. I mean, a German company agreeing for an Indian company to collaborate, and that too within 2 hours was remarkable. And that is when I realized the power that we had and the power that the mind has. If you want it, you can get it. And that's when I decided, actually, I'd gone for studying more, but then I realized that it makes more sense to do something more in the tech field. And that's when I decided that let's do something in the energy sector because energy is, like it's an excitement, that you just can't hide. Power is an excitement, is an energy that you just can't hide. And when you get into the powerful mode, it is like, it is exhilarating. I mean, you just cannot hide that excitement. And that is what I saw in the power sector, which attracted me so much to it that I decided, okay, this is where next I want to be. And it was so niche that there were no women. I'm the first and till now the only entrepreneur who's a manufacturing entrepreneur in the energy space. So I realized that this is something that I want to do. And this also helps me to give back to the society the kind of trust, faith, love, affection, respect that I've got from the society. I had time to give it back through this journey. So that is when I decided that energy is exciting. Let's be in this space.
Okay, ma'am. That will be a very good information for our learners too, that if they want to move into the same field, they had a very good session and throughout also. So the next question is, success stories often overshadow the personal struggles behind them. So were there any moments of self-doubts or failure in your journey? And how did you
Lots.
push through them?
Lots and lots and lots of self-doubt moments, lots and lots of um, times when I felt that I cannot do it anymore, I'm going to lose it. But, these are the times in an entrepreneur's life that they come. But that is the time you got to believe in yourself when nobody's believing in you. When I was starting this lithium battery business, everyone told me you're getting into the wrong business because I was before time. Lithium, the kind of buzz and the kind of glamour it has today, it was not there in 2015 when I started. So, everyone told me that, Rashi, you're going to lose your money. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I told them one thing, that if I can earn my money once, I can earn it twice. It's my money. I'm not having any debt. I'm bootstrapped. I'm not having any. Back then, investors were not there, which now you have all the facilities of getting funds, investments. So this is good now. It was not there at that time. So, those were the moments of when people did not believe in me. Nobody was with me. And I decided to believe in myself. Then I'm going to go with my vision of bringing clean technologies to India, manufacturing them in India, and not just made in India, but for the world. And those were the times of disbelief. Then when we went for getting loans and funds, at that time again they asked me, who's the man behind the scenes? And I'm like, I'm the man and the woman behind the scenes. I can do it. Is there a problem with that? Are you not going to fund me for this? And then there was a big hue and cry out of it. But then I got my first loan of rupees 2 lakhs, somehow a meager loan of that. And for that, they made my life hell. But then I could just manage through. I was persistently persistent. And I was consistently consistent. These are the two mantras, guys and girls, whoever is on the call here. Please be consistently consistent with your beliefs, with your visions, and be persistently persistent with what you're doing. And the success is 110% yours. Nobody can take it from you. And this is what I followed during the time of self doubt, during the time when everybody was against me. I decided that this is how I'm going to go. And it worked.
Sure, ma'am. We and our learners have taken this mantra from you and we will follow. I think mostly are following, but now for sure they will follow this mantra also. But wanted to know that as you were having this self-doubt or failure and these a low time, so what was the one habit or daily ritual that keeps you motivated and focused to your goal?
One daily ritual that I do without fail, no matter what early morning flights I have, late night I've arrived, whatever it is, whatever, I do not miss spending 10 minutes of me time. No matter what on this planet happens, those 10 minutes are mine in absolute silence, in absolute peace, without my mobile phones, without anybody interfering, without disturbance. I spend 10 minutes in deep silence with my own self, because those 10 minutes help me introspect, help me understand what is the journey I need to take next. It gives me a clarity of thought on how I can take the next strategy, how I can build myself, not just myself, but even the entrepreneurial journey that I have, and what I need to do more. How can I innovate more? And that gives me a lot of energy day in, day out to deal with anything and everything that comes my way. So, those 10 minutes of me time and peace time are very, very crucial. And I think everyone should do it. It is not those 10 minutes of a hobby time. Those 10 minutes of silence will help you reflect, understand, and be grounded with energy that you really need throughout the day.
Sure, ma'am. We all will follow this from onwards. So, ma'am, moving to the next question. What are the biggest opportunities and challenges in renewable energy and energy storage? And how can young professionals and students contribute to the evolving industry?
Well, I think there are opportunities, and more opportunities. And why do I say that? Because, we used to say that water, pani jeevan hai, right? Today, bijli jeevan hai. Today, electricity is life. Without electricity, I think you and I would not be having this conversation here, right? So, electricity has become the necessity of the modern world that we live in. Whether pehle it was roti kapda makan, it is now roti kapda makan bijli. So it is like that. It's built in our essence today. So I think there is tremendous amount of opportunity, whether it is a man or a woman, it is a girl or a boy, whoever wants to come, irrespective of the gender. There is a tremendous opportunity in this sector. This sector is also very glamorous. This is very powerful sector, because if this sector didn't exist, I think we would not be doing, scrolling reels on our phones. So a lot of opportunities, but at the same time, my dear friends, you guys have to all understand that you need to keep upskilling. You need to be very relevant in this sector, because the way technology is changing at the very fast pace, all of us have to keep upgrading, updating ourselves, being being at par with what technology and the industry needs, and not just what is being taught to you in colleges. So I would say that if you can really upgrade your skills, continue with this upgrading yourselves and being the best version of you every day, I think you can really make a lot of money and you can get a lot of fame and you can be one of the good influencers in this sector. And this is the next happening place to be in.
That's a very powerful perspective, ma'am. And moving to the last question, and I think this question will be very informative to our students as well as me too, and wanted to know about the facts about this. That you are known as the battery wali of India. Yes, ma'am. For your work in energy storage, but beyond that, you are also a mother, a daughter, and more. How is Battery Wali different from Dr. Rashi Gupta in the personal life? And how do you balance both the roles, professional and personal? And correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, see, for me, there are two families. One is my personal family at home, one is my work family, but both are families. So I always treat everyone as a family. For me, the world is a family. So, yes, what I would say is that I'm no different at work and I'm no different at home. I'm the same. It's just me. And I try to balance work and family and my personal life by involving and delegating everything. Most of it. Like at home, I delegate whatever I can. I mean, I involve every family member with whatever I'm doing. I don't keep, a distance or something like, okay, it's my job, you can't do it. It's your job, I can't do it. There are no boundaries to that because that spoils the game. There are no boundaries to that. What happens is, like at home, if you involve your children in your day to day activities, they know how to do it, they learn, and then they feel connected with you. And at office also, I do the same thing. I let people do their jobs. I tell them, this is your baby. Please do it the way you like it. Just get the right results at the right way. I'm really not keen on, micromanaging or, getting into day to day stuff and being too bossy. I don't do that. I just let people live and be happy because majority of your time in a day goes either you're studying in colleges or you're working, and that's the peak lifetime of yours, because usually you work from, let's say, 18 to say 50 60s. You keep working. I mean, roughly people work beyond these ages also. And then morning to evening, if you look at it, like from 9 to 6, that is the majority of your day has gone to office, right? And if you're not happy in that space at that point of time, what is the meaning of life? It doesn't make sense. But that doesn't mean you're not going to put in extra effort. You're not going to put in the best you have to. So for me, balancing out is very important, is delegate, involve people into the activities, and just trust them that they will do their job right. Don't micromanage. I don't micromanage anyone. I just let them be. I'll guide, I'll correct, I will handhold, but I will not micromanage. So that gives me a lot of time and space for my own work, for my own strategy development, for my own thinking, for my own productivity, to take it further. And I think when you don't micromanage, you actually make a lot of people independent and let them work on their own ways, and they really flourish well and they give very good results. So that is, I think, my mantra of just letting things be in place and just balance it out. And another important thing, I think, that all of us should develop is listening, an ability to listen, and not an ability or not just hear for reacting. There's a difference. When you listen, you absorb, you understand, and you try to look in for a solution or look in for a way forward. But when you hear only to react, you're not creating a solution, but you're only creating a conflict or a friction between the two people in this conversation. So I think these are the two things which have really helped me a lot in creating a balance between what I want to do at work and how I want to be at home.
That's a beautiful balance of passion and personal life. Truly inspiring, ma'am, and it will be very wonderful to hear to our learners too. We all can learn from you how to embrace both the roles with dedication and grace. So thank you once again, ma'am, for this inspiring Q&A session and to all our participants. Let's take this learning forward as we continue with a week two. So I would like to address Pankaj sir to open the chat box so that our learners can put the queries related to this session.
Sorry, I missed out a bit in between. My internet was laggy. Can you please repeat?
Ma'am, am I audible now? Yes. Ma'am, now our learners will put the queries related to this session in the chat box and you will address them one by one.
I can see the first question is how can we get into there are too many questions going too fast. 1 second. This is
Yes,
exciting.
ma'am.
Just a moment, guys. Okay, I'm trying to scroll this. Can 1 second. Yeah. Okay. How were you able to overcome the challenge to leave a secure job? My friends, even no matter how secure it is, if you're not happy, if this is not going to make sense to you, leave it. Do not do it. Follow your inner voice, follow the goodwill that you have in your heart, follow what makes you truly happy because that is going to guarantee success to you, not a secure job. Okay, so we go to the next one. How can we get into this field? Should be some course or what? See, there are ample courses. In fact, AI is a very good tool to get you more courses, and I think uh, I mean, YouTube is also a good meaning, a good thing to get into courses. Then there are a lot of power training institutes which teach you how to get into the power sector. So I think there is a lot of resource available. And of course, if you need more, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn and I'll reply to more courses and list of that. And this will help you getting into this sector very well. I have one question regarding the battery industry, but what's the question? I don't know. Maybe you could post the question directly. Um, Good evening, good evening. Then happy Women's Day to everyone. Ma'am, not clear answer regarding renewable energy scope. Please explain. See, renewable energies is the next in thing, okay? The traditional sector of power generation is going to phase out to a substantial extent. So, what I think is that what you need to do is there are a lot of institutes like NICE, then there is an institute of NPTI. There are many, many other institutions which can help you understand the renewable energy sector and get into this sector very well. So I don't see there is a challenge. There are a lot of ways of coming into the sector, and there are a lot of advancements happening in terms of green hydrogen, in terms of solar, in terms of wind, in terms of biomass, in terms of battery energy storage systems. So there's a lot of synergy between all types of technologies together. I think sodium ion is there, lithium ion is there, vanadium redox is there. This is going to be the next in thing, guys. Get into this space. Okay. How do you handle setbacks? What advice do you do for overcoming challenges in a corporate setting? Yeah, there are a lot of challenges, my dear friends. Yes, I know I've had many challenges too. But I think challenges are only there to make you stronger, to make you more effective, and to make you understand what went wrong. So there are two ways of looking at it. And I have always been on the optimistic side. I always look at the half glass full and never the half glass empty. Though it's a tough thing, but I do that. And I realized one thing that what has not happened or what is an opportunity that you thought is missed is not a lost opportunity. It's a postponed opportunity. Anything and everything that is not happening today is a postponed opportunity, which is good for you because you were not prepared for this opportunity now, and you will be prepared for this opportunity a little later in your life. So whatever happens for that the time is good. That is my mantra, and I think that has helped me overcome a lot of setbacks in life. There have been times when I've lost crores and crores of rupees out of people's mistakes, out of losing tenders and, losing jobs. But then I realized that it was not meant for me. And when I settle with this idea, I get much better and I've earned much, much more. I've got bigger opportunities. So it's a good thing. I don't see it as a setback, but I see it as a postponed opportunity. Going further, how AI can be used in BMS and what is the latest tech available in battery storage? Fantastic question. We are using AI and ML in our battery management systems that we have developed in India. We do a lot of preventive predictive monitoring. We do a lot of forecasting on which cells can go bad and when your batteries really need attention and when they're going to go bad, and when do they need a replacement. This has really helped us secure the entire value chain and not just the supply chain. So definitely yes, AI is the next in thing, and it will revolutionize the way electronics and battery energy storage and intelligence is. So it definitely makes sense. Please get into this business. Or get into this domain. It really makes sense. Oh, sorry, Vivek Sharma ji, I don't understand this question. What's your dedication to reach where you are? Well, as I told you, the power, and it's exciting. It is something which gives you a pleasure that you just can't define. So getting into this sector will teach you the kind of dedication that I have, because I wanted to give back to the society. I wanted to make a difference, and I wanted to bring about a change, and that is the dedication that keeps me going every day morning. How can we motivate ourselves despite getting failure in an entire life? My dear friends, that there is no word as failure. Like I said, it is a postponed opportunity. You have not failed. You were not prepared for it now, but you will be prepared for it later. So you just have to keep going. You have to believe in yourself when nobody's going to believe in you. And you have to draw a line when to stop and change your course of action. You see a river, there are a lot of stones, there are a lot of rocks which come the river's way, but does the river stop flowing? It does not. It keeps going. It will take a turn. It will go left. It will go right. It will go like this around the rock, but it will keep flowing. And that is life, my friends. You got to keep flowing. It will keep happening. And every person's journey is unique. Every person's journey is their own journey. Please do not compare yourself with others. You have your own unique destination. You have your own unique journey. You will make it to the finish line. Each one of us is going to make it to the finish line. The finish line differs wherever they are. The finish line differs wherever they are. So it is absolutely okay. And I'm sure all of you will be very, very successful, very, very famous, and very, very good in anything and everything that you guys are going to do. Moving ahead, how do you want to maintain, how do we maintain discipline in our daily lives? Very, very important. Discipline comes from within. Discipline comes when you want to do things the right way, and there is nobody who can teach you other than you. You or your own teacher when it comes to discipline. Nobody else can do it for you. My friends, you got to do it. I mean, this question has come back thrice. How do you handle setbacks? Yes, I've answered this probably. If there's anything more, do let me know. Sometimes we lack motivation, or maybe because of self doubt, we let go of things. What should you do then? Look, if you have let go on something, don't cry over the spoiled milk. If it is gone, it is gone. You cannot bring it back. Time is something that you can never ever bring back in life. So don't cry over the spoiled milk. Just keep going. Like I said, if that opportunity has gone, a new one will come. Opportunity is something which has a lot of hair on the face and it's bald behind. So you will always find it when you have lost it. So it's okay. Whatever is gone, there is no undo button in life. Just go, keep moving, go to the next one, next stop, and you will make it to the finish line. What was the plan you took to start a company while in a job? Well, I was not in a job. I'd left it completely and I started my own company, and I decided to be in entrepreneurship because I didn't want to work for anyone else. I was tired of being for everyone else, and I did not like the way I was being treated. So I decided to make a happy space and be in that one. How did you figure out I wanted to do this? Okay, this is a good question. Most of you will have this in mind. I always listen to my inner voice. Those 10 minutes in the morning of silence, my inner voice says it comes out like this in my ears, and it tells me what I want to do next. I always listen to it. I will never ever go against my inner voice because my inner voice is always correct, and so is it for you. There is one teeny weeny voice that comes from behind and tells us that this is how you got to go. You have to go left or right when you decide, and then you say, no, 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 left. I think right. And that is the time you listen to your inner voice, and you will always be correct. My friends, you will always be correct. And that's how I figure it out. Is the green hydrogen the better future? I think the better future is what we make for ourselves, what you and I together in this new generation are going to make. That is the better future we are looking at. And definitely all technologies, whether it is batteries, whether it is hydrogen, green hydrogen, gray hydrogen, sometimes even I would say that fossil fuels, everything is going to stay, everything is going to be here, but the right energy mix and the market dynamics will decide the percentage of each technology. So I think everything is there. Green hydrogen is very promising. You guys can definitely evaluate a career in that. What was the real inspiration? What should be the first step of starting something new? Good one, my friends. The important is that real inspiration, I think, comes from within. When you want to change, when you want to do something better for yourself, when you want to be the best version of you, that is the time you get the real inspiration. And I think that should be the first step of doing anything new that you want to, whether in tech or non-tech field, or even just changing one simple habit of yours. I think that is the way of going forward. Wind or solar is much better. I think depends on the geographical location and availability of the materials. But for India, solar is more promising than wind. So that's my answer for that. Okay, is it a good thing to doing business analytics after doing MBA in HR? What is the scope? Please help, ma'am. Okay. There is a lot of scope. Human resource is the biggest resource on the planet, my friend. So, Anand Kumarji, I would say that if you are in HR, please, and if you really, really enjoy being in HR, please continue to do that. I think there is a huge scope with the way stress and with the way things have with the corporate lives are shaping. I think being in HR is a very wise decision. It'll make sense. Okay, how can I handle toxic environment in my office? Good one, good one. Okay, toxicity comes when you accept toxicity. If you do not accept toxicity, it will not come to you. Simple as that. Now, what I mean here is that if something is getting toxic, please sit down with the person, talk to them in a very assertive, friendly manner, and tell them what you are finding difficult to cope up with how things are not getting good. And this and this conversation will really, really change the way they perceive you and they look at you. And I think this can really make a big difference to both the parties involved in this kind of an environment in office. Well, if you have written, if you were in my position, what would you focus on to advance in the next level? My friend Kushagraji, I don't know your position. I cannot comment on that. I'm sorry about it. Maybe you could reach out to me later on to explain what you exactly need. What challenges did you face before starting your business? A lot of challenges. My Miso has written to everyone. I think yes, there were lot of challenges I had. No money, no support system, no skill sets. I mean, I did not have manpower with me to help me out. Finding vendors across the country to really make sense to do what I wanted, so niche, so precise. Many challenges, but I decided to deal with them head on, one at a time. And that is my journey, and that is why I'm here today because I did not give up. You will not give up no matter what on this planet happens. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, let's go ahead. Just a moment. What was the first plan you took to start the company? On this I've done. Sometimes we lack. Are they repeating? Okay, Vishal Shiva. I have been working as a software developer in an IT company, but for the past year, my salary hasn't increased. The value of IT jobs seems to be decreasing. Well, I don't think so. Maybe you can upgrade your skill set, and maybe you can talk to your manager, whoever it is, to tell them that, okay, this makes sense. This is how I've been working. This is what I need. And I think this is how you can give me an increment or, increase my salary. I think you need to have a conversation with your boss or a manager there. This will really help you take it to the next level.
Sorry, ma'am, for my little interruption, but we have informed to the students that all the queries will be answered by you, and we will share the feedback form to all the learners because we have n number of questions related to this wonderful
Yeah, I mean, there are
session.
too
Yes.
many going on and repeating. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So we will share the feedback form, and also, dear learners, they will be answered by the ma'am and they will be shared back to you. So as we move to the session, so thank you, ma'am, once again for this wonderful, and all to our participants also for participating and then asking the relevant questions relating to this session. So it was a very, I think it is a very wonderful session for our learners and for us also. So before we conclude, I would like to invite Dr. Arvind Kumar Singh, Director of Center for Distance and Online Education, to take over the session and deliver the vote of thanks and share his thoughts on this wonderful session for International Women's Day.
Thank you, Soumya. And I am really astonished because this session was so mesmerizing. Thank you, Dr. Gupta, for sparing out your time, joining us, and addressing all of us into this International Women's Day. We all know that women's play a really important part in our life. Our journey starts with the women. We live with the women, and after a certain age, daughters are the guiding force for the parents, specifically for the fathers. Now, as you rightly mentioned in the session, that this society can be run in a proper manner when men and women are coming together and we are participating as a human being only. In this occasion, I don't wanted to take this opportunity to give you a vote of thanks because I wanted to give this opportunity to one of my colleagues. But before that, we wanted to unveil something. We have taken a moment here. We took some of the testimonials from women who are participating into their online education with Vivekananda Global University. So we wanted that this would be a very great opportunity that we unveil those testimonial in this session only. We all know that if we take your journey or journey of anybody else's also, that education play a very important and crucial role. And if a woman is educated, confident, she or is having knowledge, then she can do anything. It's depend upon everybody basically. So if we go and see the various data shared by the various agencies like ESHE, we find out that now in India, higher education segment is changing day by day. In 2021-22, the total gross enrollment was around 4.8 crores, out of which women's were contributing 48%. That was a very significant number, though the participation in the technology related courses were very less. The major participation was coming into the humanities, commerce, management. But there were very few girls who wanted to be a technocrat like you, not a women entrepreneur. So that is something I can say after this session, all the women participants, they would also wanted to be in the technology segment. Now, if we see this complete overall journey of education in India, this is rising day by day. The women's segment, or we can say the participation, also increasing. The major contribution is coming through the online and distance education also. So that's why we wanted to share our journey also, the journey of Center for Distance and Online Education here. We from Vivekananda Global University, we started this Center for Online and Distance Education in year 2022. And with a very minimal of 3 program, with a very small number of 200 odd learners. Right now, this community is having more than 7,659 students with us, and out of which the contribution from women learner is approximate 34%. Initially, it was 20 odd percent, but day by day it is increasing. And most importantly, most of the learners are part of our MBA program. So we cannot say that they are only doing BA or MA with us. Today, we wanted to unveil those testimonial of the girls or the women who are taking education with us. Some of them are in the field of defense also. Some of them are the housewife. Some of them have represented their state into a beauty pageant also. So we have identified few of the testimonial, and we wanted you, if you give your permission, we can run the slides and showcase that thing. Okay. So there are some of the inspiring stories, testimonials. You can see Lieutenant Colonel Siji Bhaskaran. She is one of our learner in this batch only. So she was in the military nursing and she wanted to upgrade her knowledge. That's why she is with us. Can we move next also? Ragini Rotagi, she is doing MSc Mathematics with us. She was in the corporate in so many years as an IT professional, and she is a mother also. She wanted to learn mathematics. That's why she joined MSc in Mathematics with us. Next, please. Sia Gupta, she is a part of our BA batch. She wanted to upgrade her knowledge. That's why she took enrollment. Now she is doing great, satisfying customers in customer relationship management. Next, please. Neha Upadhyay. You can see that she is also having 11 plus years of work experience, and then now she is pursuing her UG with us. So most of the learner who had to do certain jobs because of certain compulsion, now online education is a great opportunity for them. Next, please. Now, Disha Deepak Soni, she is also one of the participant in Miss Gujarat competition. She was the second runner-up, and now she is pursuing her BA with us. Next, please. Kritika Bharadwaj, part of a BCA batch. It's a very good thing. Now, girls are also coming in the BCA, MCA, other than the traditional programs. They are also contributing a lot. Now, these are few of the testimonials. Now, I request if any of them is present during this session, if they can come and share their journey. We hope that few of them should be in this particular session. So I request the LMS manager, if any of them are present, they can raise their hand and we can allow them to share their thoughts with us. Please. Can we get any of them? Ma'am, you are muted.
Jitendra Rajput has raised their hand.
Okay, so allow her.
Yes.
I think few of them are shying away. They may be the participant of this session, but no worries. If you wanted to share something, you are more than welcome. Language is not a barrier here. So you can share your thought in your own language. आप हिंदी अंग्रेजी किसी भी भाषा में बोल सकते हैं.
Guys,
Okay.
I would say one thing. If you are feeling shy of language, I'll share one experience with you people, okay? There was this time when I was going to Taiwan, okay, and Taiwanese do not generally speak English. So, what happened was that, and I did not know Chinese or Taiwanese at all. मुझे नहीं आता था. So, और हिंदी और इंग्लिश बोलना आता था. So, with the language of smile and with the language of love, I could manage the entire trip in Taiwan for a week, and everyone understood what I had to say. It was very easy. I used the maps and tell them location. I have to go here, here, here. And they understood and they helped me out. So language is never the barrier across the countries. I do a lot of international business. I don't know every language across the globe. So do not worry about it. Do not shy away. This is a very good opportunity to all of you. Come on board.
We can say that, ma'am, after hearing you, one person has stand the hand, Disha. Can we unmute Disha, please? And big round of applause for us also. Disha, you can also open up your video if you wanted.
Yeah, sorry. So, good evening, ma'am and sir. And as you mentioned that I won the title as Miss Gujarat Second Runner-up. So, I would like to share one thing about my mother. She is also a single mother, and she's been taking care of me and my brother since I was like 12 years old. So I have been taking care of my brother and doing work and helping in her work. She has a business and she is an international PMU artist right now. And so I have been helping her in that work also. I'm also working in the aviation industry as a cabin crew in Indigo Airlines. I have experience in lots of field, and I have so that made that challenges made me grow and fulfill my career and helping my mother and making me more stronger. She also tells me that even if you fail, if you don't get that opportunity, there is something better for you in the future. So she always motivates me, and in today's Women's Day, I would like to say that my greatest inspiration and greatest motivation is my mother. So yeah.
Thank you, Disha. Thank you. Mothers are the greatest motivator for anybody. And they are the first teacher also for every of us, in spite of anything. So it was wonderful. And we hope that you are going to have a great journey with us in online VGU. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.
Keep that good work. Anybody else who wants to share something about them? Okay, so ma'am, we would love to invite you if you can spare out some time and visit our campus also in Jaipur. So that would be a good opportunity for all of us to hear something from you. We are running lot many programs also in engineering domain. So that would give them a good exposure to hear directly from you. Soumya, could you
Yes.
invite the one of our faculty member to give the vote of thanks, specifically somebody from the women domain?
Sure, sir, sure. And sir, before that, we have any one learner also that want to share their experience.
Please, please, please,
Yes,
please.
Hey, hi everyone. My name is Deepak Bajaj, and I will just mention what I've written for ma'am. I'm getting incredible positive vibes from her communication, and her intuitive thought process made me so like think confident from now onwards. And yeah, I've been through a lot of failures, and approximately after 12 or 13 years, I'm pursuing this degree. I'm working in a corporate in a background check company. So it was incredible to listen her, and it helped me a lot. Brought me more confidence, and I look forward, and I'm sure to apply for a job in her company if I get a chance to work with her. Yeah, there is no question, but yeah, I love the. I am getting good positive vibes from this meeting. Thank you.
Agreed, 100% agreed with you, Deepak. And every one of us are feeling that charging, that lithium charge into our personality also, that positivity is coming. No doubt about that thing. Bhakti
Yes.
Srivastav, she wanted to say something. We can take one or two people. Okay.
First of all, good evening, ma'am and sir. Uh, I wanted to ask a question from ma'am that whenever I feel low or that something is missing from my life, I try to achieve. Like I wanted to make money, so I started my own small business, and I wanted to travel world. Like I used to feel like I am not independent enough. I Whenever I have to travel, I used to ask my parents or my friends, but I never traveled alone. So I started traveling alone, and I keep doing things which keeps pulling me back, but still there is something which keeps pulling me back. Like there is something I want to achieve, but I don't know what it is. So what should I do to, like, acknowledge what is the thing that is keep pulling me back?
This technique is very simple, my friend. Bhakti ji and everybody else who is still here connected with us, listen, my friends, that what you need to do is, again, which I tell, 10 minutes of silence. Sit with yourself in 10 minutes of silence. Keep a paper and a pen handy with you at that time. And in silence, let all the thoughts that are coming to you, just see them. Just see those thoughts. It's difficult, but you can do it. And after 2 minutes, open your eyes. Whatever you remember, write it down. Okay? When you will practice this bhakti and everyone else for at least 10 continuous days, you will find all the answers to these kind of questions. The pending things which are bothering you subconsciously, you can address them. You will find solutions to your problems, and you can actually ace and nail it completely. You will know what is missing in your life. Our inner conscious, our inner teeny meeny voice, which comes from behind, will tell you all of these answers. Please listen to it, write it down, but you need 10 minutes of silence. And when you do this bhakti, I'm sure 100% you will get your answer. And if you're still not able to get your answer, we can go into the next level of advanced discovery, which is discovering your own self. And that is a little longer process, but I think if you start with this, I'm sure you'll get your answers there. And to everyone who's listening, this really works. And if anyone has more questions, you can write to me in LinkedIn and I definitely will reply. Yeah.
So, after this session, I would like to invite Dr. Priya Parihar ma'am, Program Coordinator of AMBI Program of Center for Distance and Online Education, to deliver the vote of thanks for this session.
Hello. Now it's audible?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's my honor and privilege to deliver a heartfelt vote of thanks to all who made this event successful. And first and foremost, thank you to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Rashi Gupta, for sharing their experience and insight. Your discussion illuminated the key issues that generally a woman face when she is a girl and she look young at their workplace. So generally the people, they are not more confident as compared to the male employees. And your first perspective toward the renewable energy. So energy is life, as you have discussed in the sessions. So you're inspired us to think critically and creatively. We are truly fortunate and benefited from your wealth of knowledge, I would like to present a small token of our gratitude and recognitions for your contribution. So this is from our side. Now I would like to thanks to Ms. Soumya and thanks to those who manage behind the scene like Mr. Pankaj and team, Ms. Falguni, SRM team and whole team CTOE for their contribution. To our wonderful audience, thank you for taking the time to join us virtually. Once again, I thank you to each and everyone. Thanks to Director Sir and Mr. Deepak Vishnoi. Thank you for this virtual session and enriching experience to have you here with a great day. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks to everyone. Thank you.
So, thank you, Dr. Priya Pariyar ma'am, for a valuable presence and support in making this session impactful. And most importantly, Dr. Rashi Gupta ma'am, before we officially close, is there any final message, the last message, because you have already conveyed lots of powerful and impactful messages to our learners and to us. You would like to leave with our audience any special thing which you have missed? I think you don't have missed anything, but just the last thing to our learners.
See, my friends, life is a very beautiful journey, okay? And in this beautiful journey, you have to realize one thing, that this is unique to you. You are writing, curating, directing, and creating memories for life. We work, we will work. We will create a lot of money. We will create abundance. We will create wealth. But the most important thing in this journey of life is we will create the memories which will make us smile at the end. So in this journey, remember one thing, that you are your biggest asset. And if you don't exist in your value chain, the value chain does not exist without you. So remember this, my friends, that you are very important. Preserve yourself. And remember to consider yourself as an asset and not a liability. When you look at yourself with this lens, success is yours and always yours. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So, thank you once again, ma'am, for this inspiring session. Your journey is a powerful reminder that innovation, resilience, and determination can truly shape the future. To all our participants, let's carry forward these learnings. Yes, ma'am.
One thing I'd like to add, if anybody wants to read more of the entrepreneurial journey, there is a case study published on my entrepreneurial journey by Ivy Publications. It is available on their website. You can have a look at that too. Thank you.
Sure, ma'am. Our learners will love to have this. Also, two most important things for all our learners, that as you can see in the chat box, we have shared the feedback form. All learners can fill this feedback form and submit to us. And the most importantly, I'm resharing our social profile pages. So for those who haven't followed yet, kindly follow us to get in touch and be updated. So now, as we are moving forward to close this Abhyuday Week 2 and our wonderful session, I would like to end this session with a powerful quote. As I started with the Sanskrit quote, I will end this session with the same. Nari Shakti na bhuto na bhavishyati. A woman's strength is unparalleled, never seen before, never to be seen again. So let's continue, dear learners, to learn, lead, and innovate, creating a future that is sustainable, inclusive, and empowering for all. So see you all in Abhyuday Week 3, which is waiting for you with lots of surprises and lots of new learnings. And thank you all, and wish you a very happy Women's Day to all our dear learners and guests. Thank you, everyone.